For me, especially in esports, when I see an opening or a chance, I really want to jump on it just to give it a try and do my best to be as good as I possibly can.
We sort of had an eye on him when he was a competitor with the Copenhagen Wolves. He just really understood the game super well, was very articulate, and he was on our short list of people who we wanted to consider for casters.
This is a guy that has more understanding of all of the avenues in competitive League of Legends. And it's just amazing to watch him draw from that experience to give our viewers a deeper understanding and a richer viewing experience.
Riot contacted me and asked if I wanted to go to Worlds and try and help them out with like pick and ban stuff. And I of course said yes, fantastic, I get to go to LA, I get to watch Worlds. It ended up being me basically doing pick and bans with Jet, D-Man and Riff at the World Final itself.
It definitely seemed like a mistake the lane swapped back to the 2v2s and 1v1 so early, because they clearly had the weaker 2v2 and 1v1 lane in both top and bot lane.
The way he was able to explain his viewpoint and discuss pick and ban strategy, discuss team strengths, was so impressive.
I will actually expect to see Renekton banned, especially in the first game.
I was very nervous and just sitting there in my NIP shirt, nothing else, next to these guys in full suit in the Staples Center.
So what a lot of pro players do when they come in to analyze picks and bans is they'll focus pretty heavily on the champion and exactly what that champion will do. But Deficio was able to go one step farther, where he was able to consider the player and how they play that champion, which meshed really well with my current style for pick and bans at the time, and we worked really well together in that way.
I talked to Riot a bit more and they suggested that I could try and apply for this shoutcaster job because they were looking for another shoutcaster in Europe.
A color caster is the one who sort of drops the knowledge bombs. Their key attributes would be a great understanding of the game, the ability to explain complicated concepts in sort of 15 seconds.
You get 7 spears under 10 seconds, but you do 2,200 because everything does more.
It's just insane. It's just a lot of little things that were very impressive for me. And then if you take it the bigger scale of the LCS games, he just sees away in a totally different game than all of us do. And it's just a pleasure to sit with him and watch a game. It levels all of us up as well.
They can rotate around the map extremely fast and you have really no chance of punishing them because they're always picking these champions to do so well. When you become a shoutcaster, you gotta know something about everything, about every role, about every team, about every strategy. You gotta have something you can talk about. And that's why it requires a lot more researching and collecting data.
Deficio's not stopped researching, learning, studying, and I think he's the hardest working caster of the team.
I've always had this try-hard mentality, so when it comes to improving, I really just go hardcore and like fully focus on it. And I don't really mind negative feedback. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try and improve on all these things. And now my goal is to turn them around.
Deficio has grown in a lot of ways. He has worked so hard to make his English better and better, but on top of that, the way he delivers his analysis, his ability to focus on story more, his ability to just control his cadence while he's speaking.
There's a lot of things I need to work on in terms of casting, but it's still motivation for me that I can get better and better and better. And it makes me happy because it means I can wake up every day and say, okay, I'm gonna work on lane swaps today. I'm gonna be way better at explaining a lane swap to the audience. And that's just cool because it means it's a lot more fun.